we're going to be celebrating together this afternoon. So thank you. We will just give it a minute or so before we kick off formally. Nice to see some familiar faces and names, and always nice to see some new people as well. Please, welcome to say hello, use the chat, say hello to each other. We'll be kicking off shortly. We are recording this, just so people know. It'll be good to be able to reflect back on the celebration of best practice of social enterprise and social procurement that we're celebrating this afternoon. Okay, so it's a minute past. We'll get going. And again, thank you and welcome to everyone for joining us. As it's a virtual event, we expect that people will be coming on in the next few minutes as well. But thank you for joining this national celebration of best practice in the social enterprise and social procurement sector. It is genuinely really wonderful that you've joined us to celebrate this. If we haven't met, I'm Rebecca Green, Head of Transformation at Social Traders, and it's my job this afternoon to steer us through this celebration. My other job is how Social Traders evolves and delivers on our strategy for a thriving social enterprise and business for good sector. I want to start by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land that I'm joining you from today. I'm in Naarm, on the lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, and I pay my respects to their elders, past and present, and recognise and respect their ongoing connections to this land, waterways, and community. We're fortunate here to live in a country where we have the world's oldest living culture, 65,000 years strong. So please let us know via the chat what land you are joining us from today. And just on that 65,000 years and the world's oldest living culture, it really is an extraordinary opportunity that we have here. We have the option to talk with and engage with and learn from the world's oldest living culture. So whether it's about family, community, resource management, storytelling, culture, stars, or economic trade, we can always be learning. And also acknowledge that sovereignty was never ceded, and this always was and always will be Aboriginal land. So to those that are just joining us, welcome. Thank you again for giving us some time this afternoon, and welcome to the National Trailblazer Awards, where Social Traders is celebrating best practice across the social enterprise and business for good sector. And this is a celebration. We're going to be celebrating the hard work that you are doing all across Australia. So whether you applied for an award, were a finalist, or you took home one of the regional winner awards, thank you. Thank you for the work that you do, and thank you for working with Social Traders. Today, we've got a lot of things to cover. We're going to be hearing about the finalists from each region. Throughout August, we held events in Melbourne, Adelaide, Brisbane, and Sydney, celebrating all the applications, all the finalists, and the regional winners. This afternoon, we'll be celebrating those, but also we'll be hearing who the two national award winners are for the Trailblazer Awards this year. The two awards that will be awarded nationally are the Social Enterprise Pioneer and the Social Procurement Impact Partnership categories. So only two very small items for housekeeping. It will really help us to know who you are and your organisation. So you know the drill. Your Zoom name should be your first name and your organisation. So we will do that together right now. You can see where I am changing my name, but actually I can't. For the first time, I haven't been able to change my name in Zoom. Anyway, that's all right. We used to joke with the virtual events that every time something different happens. But if you can, please use the three dots and change your Zoom name to your first name and your organisation. That will help Selena with some of the, oh, thank you, whoever changed my name. And again, it's a virtual celebration. We don't, have music to announce certain things. We were joking internally yesterday that maybe we need some canned applause from the TV shows of 30, 40 years ago. But please, as we get into announcing the winners, feel free to come off mute and do some clapping, do some virtual applause. It is a celebration that we're having here this afternoon. Clap your hands, let out a whoop or a yawp. Let's make some noise for our winners. So just briefly on the agenda this afternoon, very shortly, I'm going to hand over to Alex Hook, our Exec Director for Advocacy and Engagement, and in the big acting CEO shoes for us while our CEO Tara is off demonstrating the right to disengage from work and having her holiday. Alex will share some highlights on the awards. I'll come back, talk briefly about some of the award categories, and then we'll be into it. Our certification team, led by Georgina Cohen, will take us through the Social Enterprise Pioneer Finalists and the national winner. Then we'll have Nicola and Jacob from the Social Procurement Services team will share stories from the regional finalists of the Business for Good Game Changers. Then we'll have Lauren, Head of Social Procurement Services, and Zoe, both from Social Procurement Services team, take us through the Social Procurement Impact Partnership regional finalists and the national winner for that award. Lastly, we'll have Abby and Rewa from our innovation function. They're going to share stories from the S and the ESG business membership applications and winners. Taking us home, Monique Ward, Exec Director of Innovation and Services, will share the return of our in-person convene, which is a great way to end this session. So with that, to get us going, please give a warm welcome to Alex Hook. And Alex, over to you.
Thanks so much, Beck. I'd also like to acknowledge the traditional owners and pay my respect to elders past and present. I'm dialing in from Gubbi Gubbi land here in Queensland. And it's an absolute pleasure to open these awards and be here to represent Social Traders and stand in for our CEO, Tara, who is off on a well-earned break. These Trailblazer Awards are about celebrating best practice and making buying from social enterprise the norm. The awards are about celebrating innovation and excellence and pushing the boundaries of business for good. Looking back at what has been achieved and dreaming about what's possible. The theme, it'll never catch on, stories from those who have, is a way for us to continue to elevate the social enterprise sector and promote social procurement to a wider audience. It's also a way for us to continue to strive forward as a movement, to learn from each other, see what's possible, and wonder and work toward better and more impactful partnerships in the year and years ahead. These Social Traders Awards have been a stalwart of the social enterprise sector calendar for over a decade. Last year, it was we celebrated the 10-year anniversary of awards, and this year, in its 11th year, we've gone wider into more categories and deeper into the Australian business landscape. And quite frankly, blown away by the amazing work that you're all doing out there. We had over 180 submissions, which again is just an incredible signal that there is so much good work happening out there in the social procurement market. It was a difficult job, but with some external support as well from partners, we dwindled that down to 60 amazing finalists. We cheered on 21 award winners across those 4 cities and celebrated with over 300 friends at those in-person events. While today, the online format of today's event provides more reach and ability for us all to be in the same digital room from around the country, those in-person events were really special moments of celebration and connection. I was reminded this week that so much of what we do is relational. Having moments of connection, building trust in business is so important, and those events are a great contributor to that as well. I would just like to take this opportunity to thank everyone here today and in the broader social traders community for all the work you're doing to make buying from social enterprise the norm. I'm often asked, or we at Social Traders are often asked, what can individual social enterprises do to help build the broader moment, the broader movement? And this is it. Keep doing the amazing work, keep delivering impact, keep delivering great products and services, and keep telling your stories. And we at Social Traders will do everything we can to help amplify those stories and elevate the social enterprise sector. So stay tuned, lots coming up. Stay tuned to the Social Traders comms channels, newsletters, socials. We've launched Convene, which you'll hear more about later, our in-person event in October. And we've got awards coming back next year as well, bigger and better. They'll be launching in April 2025, so keep an eye out for that too. looking forward to the jam-packed agenda today. And so in that spirit of what's next, I'll hand back to you, Beck, to take us through today's event.
Thank you, Alex. And already we're talking about 2025. It is a sector that moves a lot, but we're not there yet. So the categories for 2024, I'll just outline what they were, and welcome for those that have just joined us. It's really great that you're here this afternoon. So this afternoon, we are celebrating all of the regional finalists for our 4 award categories, and we're awarding 2 national trailblazing finalists for 2 of the 4 categories. The 2 national finalists, the Social Enterprise Pioneer and the Social Procurement Impact Partnership. Now, let's get to it. We're going to bring Georgina Cohen, our Head of Certification, and her team to the virtual stage, and they'll take us through the Social Enterprise Pioneer Regional Finalists and announce the National Pioneer Trailblazer of the Year. So welcome, Georgina, the microphone is yours.
Thanks, Beck. And hello, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, as Beck said, I'm Georgina Cohen. I'm a Head of Certification at Social Traders. And I am joined, or I will be joined shortly on the stage by 2 of my certification team colleagues, Rihanna Wanzi and Marlena Sachs. We have the privilege of interacting with and exploring the inner workings of social enterprises from across the country every day and witnessing firsthand the never-ending creativity and innovation in the sector. Rihanna, can I hand over to you?
You sure can. We're really excited to kick off the National Trailblazer Awards with one that celebrates innovation and creativity. The Social Enterprise Pioneer Award aims to celebrate a certified social enterprise that has demonstrated exceptional creativity and innovation in addressing social, cultural, or environmental challenges, whether through technological advancements or unique approaches to entrepreneurship that contribute to ongoing impact. Thank you to the over 100 certified social enterprises across the country that submitted an application for this award this year.
It is so important for us to recognise and celebrate those in the sector who continue to push the boundaries, the people that find new and innovative ways to create impact and help make the world a fairer and more equitable place. As the sector evolves, it is even more important to protect genuine social enterprises. The nominees, the shortlisted applicants, and the winners of this award all contribute to keeping us on our toes in the certification team to continue to evolve and adapt the certification framework to be inclusive of all genuine social enterprises. My colleagues and I will now provide an overview of the Social Enterprise Pioneer Game Changer Awards finalists and winners in each jurisdiction. So I'll kick off with Queensland and the Northern Territory. So the first finalist was Substation 33. They were a previous national winner, and they have continued to use the principles of circular economy, not only with their commercial products, but with their people over the last decade. Volunteers and staff are given appropriate supports and multiple chances to experience the dignity of engagement and employment that's meaningful and sustainable for them, helping to transition more than 50 people every year into mainstream employment. The second finalist was Creating Positive Futures, a collective social impact company that believes success can be achieved through people and place-based solutions. It was formed in 2018 to deliver the best quality design, construction, and community solutions while creating sustainable jobs, skills, and training opportunities for struggling Australians who need direction, hope, training skills, and job opportunities. And the winner of the Queensland and Northern Territory Social Enterprise Pioneer Game Changer Award this year was Chatstat. So Chatstat stands out with its unique and innovative approach to safeguarding youth mental health through the use of advanced AI technology. Unlike traditional monitoring tools, Chatstat focuses solely on publicly posted social media content, eliminating the need for invasive apps on children's devices. The non-intrusive method respects privacy while providing real-time alerts on potential risks such as cyberbullying, self-harm, and inappropriate content. And this platform has already protected over 28,000 young Australians by identifying and flagging at-risk content, such as cyberbullying and self-harm. Congratulations to all of the Queensland Northern Territory finalists and the winner, Chatstat, and I'll hand over now to Marlena to remind us of the finalists and winners in Victoria and Tasmania.
Thanks, Georgina. We had incredible submissions for Victoria and Tasmania. Here are the 3 finalists we landed on. The first finalist was ArtsPay, who are disrupting the finance sector in a positive way. They are a payment processing company that redirects 50% of the profits from transaction fees back into the arts ecosystem. They focus on giving to small arts organisations and artists who don't receive philanthropic funding. The second finalist was Conservation Management. They are a Tasmanian-based but nationally active environmental consultancy, supporting communities to manage land and sea and making their places healthier. They take a community-centric approach, respecting Indigenous knowledge systems and ways of working. With their First Nation partners, Conservation Management have developed and delivered a model coined Healthy Country Planning, which is utilised to work deeply and appropriately on conservation projects around the country and also the globe. And our third finalist and winner was Soap Aid. Soap Aid collects soap from hotels, recycles it, and turns it into new soap that they send to communities facing hygiene issues in Australia and overseas. This is a great initiative to reduce the amount of single-use packaging, which has a positive impact on the environment. Alongside with their impact partners, they also work closely with local communities to provide pivotal hygiene education on the importance of hand washing with soap. Over to you, Rihanna, to tell us who is breaking new ground in New South Wales and the Australian Capital Territory.
Thanks, Marlena. So our finalists in New South Wales and the ACT were Hotel Edico. They are Australia's first not-for-profit social enterprise hotel. They employ and train young people with a disability, offering hands-on training and hospitality certification. In 3 years, they have trained 28 young adults and partnered with 10 industry leaders. Their unique culture blends disability, hospitality, and social enterprise values. Our second finalist was Namajalu Consulting. They are an Indigenous owned and run public policy consultancy business and the first certified by Social Traders. They merge consultancy and philanthropy to drive change for Aboriginal communities. Their approach amplifies Aboriginal voices using culturally strong co-design and trauma-informed methods. And the New South Wales ACT winner was Freedom Hub. So Freedom Hub is a pioneering social enterprise that reinvests 100% of profits from its cafe, events venue, advisory services, catering and retail into its survivor school. So the survivor school supports modern slavery survivors, helping them rebuild their lives through tailored education and sustainable employment. Its innovative integrated approach serves as a robust, self-sustaining blueprint for social change. They won for their exceptional innovation within conventional frameworks, demonstrated multiple positive impacts in embedding sustainability into their operations. So congratulations to Freedom Hub. I'm going to hand back to Marlena now, who's going to remind us of our South Australian and Western Australian finalists and winner.
Thanks, Ree. So over in South and Western Australia, our finalists were Sunny Spectrum Supports, a social enterprise run by neurodivergent and disabled individuals, offering therapeutic services tailored for neurodivergent clients. Their approach emphasises lived experience expertise, creating a deeper and empathetic connection between staff and clients. They also provide a supportive work environment which addresses employment barriers for neurodivergent individuals. Our second finalist was Redrawn, a South Australian engineering, drafting and design consultancy, demonstrating that inclusion is possible in the engineering sector. They produce engineering drawings for the energy and industrial sectors and use each drawing as an opportunity to teach drafting, project management, and technical engineering to upskill people from underrepresented minority groups to improve inclusive participation within the engineering industry. And our Game Changer Award winner for South Australia and Western Australia was the Fulcrum Agency, a practice of architects, project managers, and grant writers supporting First Nation-led projects across Australia. They were recognised for their groundbreaking approach to architecture through their social return on design investment methodology. This innovative framework transforms traditional architectural practices and narratives by embedding social and cultural impacts into the design process. Congratulations. Back to you, Georgina.
Thanks, Marlena. Hopefully everyone here can see why we in the certification team absolutely love our jobs, because we do get to talk to some pretty amazing and diverse businesses. So just before I announce the winner, I want to go over each of our Game Changer winners again, Game Changer winners. So Chatstat from Queensland and Northern Territory, SoapAid from Victoria and Tasmania, Freedom Hub from New South Wales and ACT, and the Fulcrum Agency from South Australia and West Australia. So can I ask you to all give a really big virtual round of applause for each of these winners? And while you're doing that, I just want to say a massive thank you to the over 100 certified social enterprises from around the country who entered our Social Enterprise Pioneer Awards this year. Incredible. And the winner is, and I don't know whether we were able to get a virtual drum roll, but the winner is Lawrence Kuz from Chatstat. There we go, we did get some applause. So just while we're finding Lawrence, just a few comments, Lawrence, on from the judging panel on your win. Out of the blocks, utilising ethical AI, outstanding innovation, disruptive in an industry with high barriers to entry, and strong impacts demonstrated across multiple areas. So yeah, congratulations, Lawrence. And can I throw to you and ask you to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your submission?
Yes, thank you very much, Georgina. It's an honor and a privilege to be awarded. There are so many amazing organizations out there, and yeah, it's honestly quite a shock. I was surprised when we were in Queensland, and I'm even more surprised today, to be honest with you, just because, yeah, there's the amazing work that everyone's doing. I can't say enough of how much I appreciate all the hard work that everyone here is doing and how everyone is giving back. So thank you so much for the recognition today. I think you covered off a lot about what we do. So as Georgina mentioned earlier, Chatstat's an AI platform, and what we do is we look to safeguard youth mental health through the monitoring and analysis of publicly posted social media content, so no invasive apps or anything like that. And then once we notice anything that's potentially at risk, we then not just send the alert through to the school or to the parent, whomever we may be working with, but we also provide engagement advice too, okay? So being able to understand what the context is and then provide specific engagement advice through to the parent, because most parents, most caregivers, they have very little experience dealing with cyberbullying, dealing with things like eating disorders. So an alert without engagement means nothing. So it's really about using AI to actually provide an analysis and engagement advice through to those children that are at risk. And so, you know, we hear so many things about AI, the downsides of AI and social media. And so we try to think a bit out of the box and how can we actually use these things in a constructive manner. And that's I think that's why we're here today. And I'm so pleased to have this award. And I look forward to working closely with social traders as we proceed further down the road to improving the mental health of not just Australians, but those around the world. We're already having conversations in North America as well. And I look forward to keeping you updated on the journey and having you be with us. Thank you very much, Georgina.
Thank you, Lawrence. That's fantastic. I did have a few questions for you, but I think you've answered some of them in your overview. But I'm just interested if I can ask you one question. What led you to the social enterprise sector? So when you decided to start Chatstat, what was the decision making around making it a social enterprise?
So the decision making around social enterprise is obviously we have what we're doing has a very strong social impact to give you a little bit of a background of how we got started. I was doing, when Chatstat was founded, I was doing my PhD at UQ at the time, and I was also teaching a course there as well. And I have a niece who has Down syndrome, and she is being pretty severely cyberbullied. And I'd worked in technology for a number of years. I knew that there had to be a better way of utilizing technology to solve some of the issues that parents are having. And just so happened the course that I was teaching with one of Australia's leading social media safety consultants in that course. And so after the course finished, I engaged with her to better understand some of the challenges that parents are having, that schools are having, and then use some of my knowledge in technology to better address those issues. And obviously there's a huge social aspect to this, and I've always wanted to be engaged with the community. I've been engaged with social enterprises since I was 15 and handing out food to food to homeless people, and we were doing my mom and I, like every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, we would go around and hand out food and door knock, and so it was always something that was a passion of mine. And so actually having this opportunity, it was something that I have had a passion for a very long time.
That's fantastic. And one last question, if I can hold on to you for a second longer, Lawrence. Can you talk to us about how you measure the success of Chatstat?
Yeah, so how we measure the success is through looking at the lives that through looking at the lives that we've been able to positively affect. So looking at the positive comments, the feedback that we get from the parents, the feedback that we get from the schools, the feedback that we get from the industry consultants that we work with, and looking at how many, some of the specifics, I guess, was looking at the reductions in people with the schools that we work with, looking at the reductions in the students being referred to counseling specifically. So have we noticed a reduction? So being able to have that early engagement so that we can de-escalate situations before they reach a point of crisis. So that's really where our key focus is having a proactive approach, because we find that so many of the approaches that are out there right now are reactive approaches. So something happens and then we try to fix it. Well, oftentimes the signals are already out there. So often you hear, how did we miss the signs? Well, the signs were already out there, but just nobody acted on them. So we're trying to see where those signs are occurring, and then provide parents the correct engagement advice. Because just sending in a parent an alert or sending a school alert, if they don't actually action it, it means nothing. So having that correct engagement advice, having those resources. So, okay, you know how to talk to your child. Still, there are things that need to be fixed. So who do I turn to next? What are the next resources to be able to try to fix the situation? That's really the important part and so that's where we try to come in and try to de-escalate these situations before they escalate to a potential crisis.
That's fabulous, Lawrence. Thank you. And sorry to sort of throw to you without kind of any warning, but it's been great.
That's all right. Hopefully I was that's perfectly fine, Georgina. I enjoyed it.
No, that's fantastic. Look, congratulations again. And we look forward to continuing to work with you. Over to you, Beck.
Looking forward to it as well.
Wonderful. Thank you. Always smiles when hearing about the diversity of the social enterprise sector. Thanks, Georgina, Marlena, and Ariana, and thank you for the work that you do. Congratulations again to the regional winners, SoPaid, the Fulcrum Agency, and Freedom Hub. And Lawrence, big congratulations on taking home the National Social Enterprise Pioneer Trailblazer Award. And just a moment before we move on, just to pause and reflect about how fantastic that was in that 10 to 15 minutes or so to hear about such a diverse range of certified social enterprises operating across so many different industries, delivering so many different impacts. It really highlights the diversity of the sector and what unites us, which is purpose and even more business for good. So again, you'll hear this a lot, but thank you everyone for the work that you do. We're really proud to be working with you. So next up, we're going to welcome Nicola Shaw and Jacob Clement from the Social Procurement Services team, sharing with us who the regional finalists were and the regional winners for the Business for Good Game Changers. So welcome, Nick and Jacob. I'll hand the microphone to you.
Thanks, Beck.
Thanks, Beck. Well, Nick and I are absolutely delighted to highlight the champions of the Business for Good Game Changer Award, celebrated across all the regions as well. As social procurement advisors here at Social Traders, we had the pleasure of being part of these award nights in person, each with its unique and memorable moments. I personally attended the Victoria and Tasmania Awards night. It was my first awards night, being my first year at Social Traders, and it was held at the vibrant social enterprise precinct, Abbotsford Convent, which I also hadn't attended, so it was really nice to be there and see some of familiar faces today online. The evening featured an incredible spread from social enterprise caterers like Free to Feed, The Little Social, Cultural Catering, Waverley Industries, and Meals with Impact. It was hard to get through it all. The energy was high, and some attendees even joined dance classes from Mosaic Experiences. Later in the evening, there was some hats going around. I'm sure many of you remember. Nick, what about the other awards that you attended?
Sounds amazing, Jacob. Yeah, I was lucky enough to actually attend both the South Australia and Western Australia and the New South Wales ACT Awards, both of which were really inspirational. The South Australia and Western Australia, and I kicked off with a really captivating welcome to country by Spirit and Unity. They united us all through song and dance. I also heard that the Queensland Awards, warmed up by Yoga on the Inside, was a great hit. In New South Wales, we concluded the awards at the stunning Freedom Hub, and we were all really spoiled with delicious bites provided by House of Welcome, Too Good Co, and Food Lab, and of course, Goodwill Wines throughout all of the awards, actually. But I could go on reminiscing about these all day, but I will now move on to the award. So this award honors those who have shown exceptional dedication to social enterprise and social procurement, reflecting the values of the Business for Good movement. Today, we celebrate not just the finalists and winners, but all the outstanding applicants who are driving meaningful change in their organizations and communities. Every submission was truly inspiring, showcasing a strong commitment to creating a positive impact. Reading through these entries, I was really impressed by the passion and innovation behind each one. Your efforts are shaping a better future, and we at Social Traders are really proud to witness the difference that you're all making. Now, Jacob, let's move on to recognizing our outstanding finalists and winners from each region.
Thanks, Nick. We'll begin with Victoria and Tasmania. So the social enterprise category finalists were Ros Campbell from Suno, Celeste Norris from The Little Social, and Sue Boyce from Ability Works Australia. And the winner was Sue Boyce from Ability Works Australia. Sue's leadership at Ability Works has transformed the organisation, creating meaningful employment opportunities and driving innovation in social enterprise, not only at her own organisation, but in collaboration with the likes of OC Connections on the Eco T-Top bollard, the first Australian-made 100% recycled T-Top bollard. From the Business and Government member category, the finalists were Tina Eastman from Freedom, Christina Young from Marinus Link, and Francesca McLean from Yarra Trams. And the winner was Francesca McLean from Yarra Trams. Francesca's work has significantly advanced Yarra Trams' social procurement strategy, making a profound impact on the sector. She co-designed procurement solutions for Yarra Trams, building close partnerships between social enterprises over time. Back over to you, Nick, for the other region.
Congratulations to the Vic winners. Now over to the New South Wales and ACT. So the certified social enterprise category finalists were Nick Packham from Vivability, Irma Dalmundo from Brandkind, and David Burns from Collective Leisure. And the winner was David Burns from Collective Leisure. David's leadership has driven positive change in Western Sydney, creating impactful programs for seniors and refugee youth, and his tireless volunteer work with the Social Enterprise Council of New South Wales and ACT has made a significant contribution to the sector. And then going on for the Business and Government member category finalists, we have Kim Host from Mirvac, Tara Spencer from Lendlease, and Katrina Brooks, also from Mirvac. And the winner is Katrina Brooks from Mirvac. Katrina's visionary approach has brought Mirvac's supplier development program to life, and her advocacy on the Property Council of Australia has a wide-reaching impact on the social enterprise and procurement sectors. Congratulations to all those winners. I will then move on to the South Australia and Western Australia. So the Certified Social Enterprise category finalists were Sam Hunter from Bedford Group, David Patterson from YMCA South Australia, and Sarah Gunn from GoGo Events. And the winner of this category is Sarah Gunn from GoGo Events. Sarah's innovative work through GoGo Events and her dedication to social procurement and sustainability has set a really high standard for impact in South Australia. And lastly, I'm going to pass over to Jacob for the Queensland and Northern Territory finalists.
Right, last but not least, so for the social enterprise finalists, we had Claire Harris from Human Quotient Group, Sonia Brown-Diaz from Yoga on the Inside, and Nora Fraser from the Multicultural Professional Network. And the winner was Nora Fraser from the Multicultural Professional Network. Nora's dedication to promoting multiculturalism and supporting professionals from diverse backgrounds has been transformative, making her a true champion of social enterprise in Queensland and the Northern Territory. And for the business and government members, Grant Dorrington from Herbert Smith Freehills, Taniqua Smith from City of Moreton Bay, and Thomas O'Leary from JLL. And the winner was Thomas O'Leary from JLL. Thomas's work in advocating for social enterprises and supply diversity has made a significant impact at JLL and beyond. Thomas is the driving force behind JLL's regional and remote strategy, where he works hard to humanize JLL by establishing a relationship with business owners and to explain why JLL wants to support their business to grow. Congratulations once again to all our finalists and winners. Your dedication and impact are truly inspiring, and we are honored to celebrate your achievements today. Thank you, and keep championing the Business for Good movement. I think back to you, Beck.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thanks, Nick and Jacob. And it is really so wonderful to be able to recognise the humans, the individual people in social enterprises and business and government who really are driving change in business and enabling more business for good. And just to note that while there are so many of us, there's a lot of us in this virtual room today working across the nation, we know that there's a lot of people still to bring into this fold. And those people, they want to know who's done it before them, about their journey, what they can learn from them. So thank you for the work that you do, and thank you for sharing your work. And just before we go into the next category, I'll share that one of my most favorite things about this work is seeing the eyes of someone when it clicks for them and they understand just how great social enterprise is and understand how social procurement can really help their organization deliver extraordinary outcomes. So let's all go find more people to help see that change in their eyes and bring them into this field. Now, to our other National Trailblazer finalist and winner. So Lauren and Zoe, please come on stage, and I'll hand over to you to talk about the Social Procurement Impact Partnership.
Perfect. Thank you, Beck, and hello, everyone. So I am Zoe Paisley. I'm a Senior Social Procurement Advisor at Social Traders, and I am very excited to be announcing our Social Procurement Impact Partnership Award today, alongside Lauren McAllister, who is our Head of Social Procurement Services. And I am excited to be making this announcement because our focus within the services team is to be that connector between our buyer members and our certified social enterprises. And this award really recognises that collaboration and that connection to truly unlock new opportunities to deliver on social, environmental, or cultural impact through using social procurement. It also highlights how much work often goes unseen when developing these partnerships. The award really celebrates those making business for good a force for good, or business a force for good, I should say. And that involves really truly valuing what certified social enterprises bring to the table, to not only deliver a quality product or service, but to create meaningful impact. I'd first like to take a moment to recognise our National Trailblazers Partnership winners from 2023. So our winners from last year for this award category was Assembled Threads, being the certified social enterprise, and Icon being a construction company. Today marks the passing of the baton from to our new Trailblazer partnership winners for this year. So thank you to both Icon and Assembled Threads. You've both been really wonderful leaders throughout the past year after winning this award, and even before, to win the award yourselves. And you've really shared your success story to help others come along on that business for good journey. So thank you to both Assembled Threads and Icon. I believe you're in the room somewhere. You won't be spotlighted, but you're here. So now to this year, so 2024. First, another big thank you to everyone who applied for this award category. You put in words all the hard work that you have done to achieve these impactful social procurement partnerships. And we can't go into detail of all of these applications, but know that the hard work and impact was clear. So for this award, as we would have seen from the Social Enterprise Pioneer Award, what we've done is we've narrowed down to 2 to 3 finalists per region, and then from those finalists, we've selected our winning Game Changer partnership per region. Of these region-based Game Changer winners, we then select our National Trailblazer Social Procurement Impact Partnership winner for 2024, which we're announcing today. And before we do make this announcement, Lauren and I will now highlight each region's finalists and a Game Changer winner, so you know who is in the running for today's National Trailblazer Award. Thanks, Lauren.
Thanks, Zoe. So let's start with our finalists in Victoria and Tasmania. So our first finalists were Social Enterprises Assembled Threads and Cacti Conserve, together with Acciona, for their sustainable silt sock, a product used commercially to prevent soil erosion. And these innovative silt socks utilise signage material that was originally bound for land. Our second finalist was Social Enterprise Blue Gum Ground Maintenance and Hydro Tasmania. Blue Gum and Hydro Tas started their relationship in 2000, so nearly 24 years ago, with some sporadic and fairly informal work. Hydro Tas then provided Blue Gum work crew, who are supported employees, with their very first uniforms and Blue Gum's first formal contract. And thanks to that support and ongoing opportunities from Hydro Tas, Blue Gum now provides broadacre grounds maintenance services to major customers. And our winner in Victoria and Tasmania, and our first finalist for today, was Social Enterprise Sisterworks, together with Yarra Trams. Sisterworks and Yarra Trams' shared value project leverages both Yarra Trams' resources and purchasing power, and Sisterworks' existing strengths to unlock new opportunities in social procurement and beyond. So some of those highlights include regular engagement of Sisterworks' core businesses, including catering, tram seat refurbishment and upcycling of tram seat fabric into official Yarra Trams merch. Exposure to employment opportunities for Sisterworks sisters who are keen to explore careers in light rail. And supporting Sisterworks with new capabilities and technical skills through the development and manufacture of wheel shunts. These are a safety critical light rail component, but they also have really broad industry applicability and potential in global supply chains. So congratulations to Sisterworks and Yarra Trams.
Thanks, Lauren. So next up, we have New South Wales and ACT. And our 2 finalist partnerships were Stockland and the Social Enterprise Forward Thinking Design for the Circular Economy Partnership that allow them to do opposite defits to divert 2 tonnes of waste from landfill. Our second finalist was Social Enterprise Mirvac, working with Ventia and Transurban. This partnership created apprenticeships and employment for First Nations Australians on project sites through Mirvac. Mirvac also provided cultural awareness training for Ventia and Transurban staff working on the M7 project. And Mirvac also provided 150 native trees for remediation projects throughout this partnership. But the game changer winner for New South Wales and ACT was Mirvac and the Certified Social Enterprise Green Connect. Mirvac and Green Connect have a multi-year partnership to divert waste from landfill. Since 2020, Green Connect have provided 40 waste audits across Mirvac's buildings and tenancies in both New South Wales and in the ACT. This has resulted in $250,000 being spent with Green Connect, and this has allowed Green Connect to employ 250 staff over this time. Green Connect staff consists of refugees, young unemployed Australians, and First Nations Australians who have been upskilled and supported through Green Connect's Work Readiness Program. So congratulations to Mirvac and Green Connect.
Thanks, Zoe. Now we'll move on to South Australia and Western Australia. So our finalist was Social Enterprise Redrawn together with BHP. The collaboration enabled a cohort of talented and emerging professionals from underrepresented groups to become proficient in a range of engineering, drafting, drawing systems and processes. And our South and Western Australian winner and the third finalist for today was Community Corporate and the Department of Human Services, South Australia. So the Department of Human Services, or DHS, partnered with Community Corporate to explore employment opportunities for refugees in tech roles. This was part of a national procured digital cadetship pilot. And the pilot demonstrated that overseas qualifications and experience of refugees are transferable to meet current workforce challenges. With access to industry training from Cisco and Amazon Web Services, and specialist screening, sourcing and wraparound support from Community Corporate, DHS went on to hire 2 refugee cadets. And the success of this pilot with DHS has led to some new conversations to expand those opportunities across the public service for refugee and migrant talent in. Congratulations, Community Corporate and DHS.
Thanks, Lauren. Now we get on to our last region for this award category, and this is Queensland and Northern Territory. So our finalists for this region was Social Enterprise, Trademark and CPB contractors for the Mental Health Awareness and Support Partnership. This partnership provided $2.9 million worth of free services to blue-collar workers facing the industry-wide mental health crisis. The second finalist for Queensland and Northern Territory was a partnership between 2 social enterprises, these being Creative Positive Futures Foundation, which we had about 4 in the social enterprise category, and Your Town. And these 2 social enterprises partnered with 3 buyer members, these being Lendlease, QBuild, and the Department of Housing. This application was a multifaceted partnership that involved Lendlease providing land for the Department of Housing for social housing project. QBuild managed the construction of these homes. Lendlease then provided a grant to Creative Positive Futures, which allowed them to provide 3 construction apprentices on site. And lastly, Your Town, who provided 67 young adults who contributed to the construction and marketing of the project. And the Game Changer award winner for Queensland and Northern Territory, and our last finalist for today was Fulton Hogan and the Social Enterprise Civil Geotechnical Consultants, i.e. CGC. Since 2017, Fulton Hogan and CGC have built a strategic partnership that has progressively allowed CGC to become a key partner in Fulton Hogan's supply chain for professional geotechnical services on their major infrastructure project. Originally, CGC participated in a competitive procurement process and won the tender based on the merit and their ability to provide high-quality professional services. These professional services align with Fulton Hogan's core business, and by being a certified social enterprise, it meant that CGC's values also aligned to Fulton Hogan's values. With both the service and values alignment, this partnership has grown in value from less than $10,000 in financial year 2018 to millions of dollars being spent today. Congratulations to Fulton Hogan and Civil Geotechnical Consultants.
Thanks, Zoe. Okay, so to recap, our 4 finalists today were Sisterworks and Yarra Trams, Green Connect and Mirvac, Community Corporate and DHS South Australia, and Civil Geotechnical Engineers along with Fulton Hogan. We got everybody on screen. There you are, lots of lovely faces. It's my absolute joy today to announce that the winners of the 2024 Social Procurement Impact Partnership Award was Green Connect and Mirvac. Congratulations. And I can see I have Robert on the screen there, and I'm looking for, hello Robert, thanks for joining us. And hopefully we have Kim or Deepan from Mirvac on the line there somewhere. We'd love.
I see Kim in the background.
Oh, you do.
Oh, there's Deepan.
Hello, Deepan. We would, congratulations, of course, first. And hello, Kim, there you are. Can we just start with a round of applause for all of these lovely people on screen? Thank you. And now we'd love to ask some questions. Specifically, we'll start with Mirvac. So Kim and or Deepan, whoever would like to answer, we'd love to just know a little bit more about the partnership. Yeah, I'll start with you, Kim. We know that Mirvac has some pretty ambitious sustainability goals, including investing $100 million in social businesses by 2030, as well as achieving zero waste to landfill on that same deadline. Can you tell us about the role that that ambition has played in pursuing partnerships with social enterprises like Green Connect?
I will start, but I might just say my internet is dropping in and out. So if I drop out, I'll hand over to Deepan and or Robert. It's been an absolute highlight of my career, working with social traders and social enterprises like Green Connect in these turbulent times. It's really inspiring to see the work that, the social enterprises are doing within the community. And Green Connect, we've been working with them, for several years now. They're an absolute joy. They are, an incredible team that provide us with an excellent service that gives us the ability to engage and work beside the Green Connect team and social enterprises like Mates on the Move and Reground as well, to give them the opportunity and the exposure to grow, and for us to just meet the team and just see the incredible work that they are doing. It's, as I said, it's heartwarming and inspiring to see how we can work as a corporate with social enterprises like Green Connect. And my hat's off to Robert and all of the social enterprises. It's been a joy, absolute joy.
Thank you, Kim. Keen to hear a little bit more about, Mirvac being such a large company and a large organisation, a lot of stakeholders. How did you go about bringing other people on board internally? We know you spoke to leadership teams and procurement teams to get people engaged. Can you tell us a little bit about what that looked like?
Yeah, and I think Deepan can maybe add to this as well. But as a large corporate, yes, to start with, it was, I won't say challenging, but we weren't always on the same page. But Deepan's team now, the procurement team, really work with us, from a sustainability perspective. We're working together, and we're working collaboratively with external partnerships, like the social enterprises, etc. So as a corporate that joined and passionate to not just achieve our objectives, etc., but to be leaders in this space, to be able to help social enterprises to expand. So as a corporate, we can influence other businesses as well, and I think we've been quite successful in demonstrating that moving forward. And again, we couldn't do it without the collaboration from our procurement team, senior management, leadership. It's not just ticking a box. It's actually doing something that everyone is incredibly passionate about. And I've retired yesterday, so I'm handing the baton over to others. But I think that we've left a fantastic legacy. And as a corporate, I'm very proud of the role that we've played. And I have passed on the baton so that other people and the guys that are already on the team can see the importance of this for corporates to join and to pay their respects to the community.
Thanks, Kim. And we certainly see Mirvac playing that real leadership role in social procurement. And we're, of course, wishing you well in retirement, coming out after one day of retirement to receive the award and acknowledgement, but of course, social enterprise, social procurement, and this work runs very deep at Mirvac. So we're confident it will carry on in your legacy. Deepan, did you have anything you'd like to add to that?
No, all I want to say is that again, and I couldn't resist the opportunity, but to again thank everyone for this this award. It's such a privilege. It's a privilege to do this work, and it's great to see Kim come back from her retirement after one day. That is, I'll make sure I'll tell everyone in the team about that. But in all seriousness, I think Kim explained it really well. We are a company full of people that are really passionate about this work. And there's some really aggressive targets that we've got in this space, which definitely helps. And that top-down approach definitely helps. But fundamentally, and actually a really important point is awards like this and the recognition that that social enterprise gets, not just from this particular partnership, but in general, that storytelling is super important from my point of view, because ultimately it's that changing hearts and minds that's going to win this battle, I think, over the longer term, and make this just a normal part of doing business. And sharing all the success and the stories and the examples, the more of that we can do, the better, because there's, I guess the simplest way I can explain is that we're in a business in real estate and development, which is pretty tough right now. There's a lot of tough decisions that have to be made on a daily basis. And it's really great to be able to come into work and do something which is a positive focus, and something which is a positive news story, something that our people love doing. So the more of that we can share with our teams and colleagues and friends, the better. But that's all I wanted to say. But thank you again for the opportunity.
Thanks, Deepan. And I think that point about storytelling is so critical, and probably a great note to hand over to Zoe to ask a few questions of Robert, because the original storytellers, people sharing their business model and their impact every day, is the social enterprises. Thanks, Zoe.
Perfect. Thank you, Lauren. And I will just say as well, it's been my absolute pleasure to be able to work with all of you, Robert, Deepan, Kim. I was part of the supply development program that we ran last year with Mirvac, and like you said, Deepan, everyone is so passionate at Mirvac, and so it's been really incredible to be able to work with such passionate people, and it's always amazing working with social enterprise. So, like Lauren said, I have a few questions for you now, Robert. So this partnership that we're celebrating with this award was really aimed at diverting Mirvac's waste from landfill, but it began back in 2020. So thinking about the longevity and the success of this partnership, what role do relationships and trust play in creating an impactful social procurement partnership? And why do you think this one was so successful?
Good question. I'd say the relationship is vital. Relationships are extremely important in business, but especially when you're working with social enterprises and in a business together, the understanding of each other's needs is very important. I think that this particular relationship was successful because we share common goals and interests. We have a zero waste business, and Mirvac has a goal to be zero waste. So our passions aligned, and we were able to work together toward a common goal, and that's what has kept us going. But it's the relationship that has kept it running smoothly. So the goal kind of unites us, and the relationship keeps us going.
Perfect. Yeah, I find that in my role as a social procurement advisor, where we're making those connections, we're always looking for where the values aligning, as well as the products and services that the social enterprise deliver. But by having that values alignment and that shared goal, magic happens, which is beautiful. Thanks, Robert. And the next question was, in the application, it was mentioned that over the 4 years, there had been $250,000 being spent with Green Connect, which is really incredible. It's helped you employ 250 staff members throughout that time. And with that in mind, how has this ongoing partnership contributed to building a really sustainable business model for Green Connect?
Well, it's been interesting because our zero waste business, we do audits for businesses like Mirvac, but we also do events and some other things. And some of those have fluctuated over the years. Mm-hmm. So it's been challenging at times, but having that consistent work every year has given us some stability in the zero waste area. I think without that partnership, we might not have been able to keep the zero waste business going at certain times. Like right now, events are really tapered off, the economy and everything. So events are not as, so, you know, some events are being canceled regularly. And the income we were getting from events, so having a reliable source of income helps us tremendously. And you know, we did an audit for Mirvac yesterday, and we did one on Tuesday. So you know, we are very appreciative of that relationship and that work.
Yeah, I think as well, again, what we hear a lot at Social Traders and Social Procurement Advisors is how important these ongoing work and partnerships is for social enterprise to create that sustainable business model. And it's like you're saying, when other things dip, you know, you've got this reliable relationship that you can go to. Thank you, Robert. I'll pass back to you, Lauren. Oh, you're on mute though. It was going to be one of us. It had to happen.
I wasn't talking. What are you talking about? Yeah, just quickly to thank all of and congratulate all of the finalists again, and especially to congratulate Green Connect and Mirvac. And now we're handing back to you, Beck.
Wonderful. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you, Zoe. Congratulations, Mirvac and Green Connect, and well done. And can we have another round of applause, please? Kim, one day out of retirement, giving us another perler of example of employee value proposition. These are the stories that we share with our people, the legacy that we can deliver through our work. What an extraordinary privilege we have to be able to do this. So thank you and congratulations on your retirement, Kim. And again, congratulations, Mirvac and Green Connect, and all of the regional finalists and winners. This award in particular shows that there's an extraordinary amount of really great work happening across Australia, and it demonstrates the innovation and the dedication that is making social procurement happen across the nation. Now, for our last reflection on the awards, please welcome Abby and Rewa from our innovation function, who will share some of the examples of the inaugural S in ESG category awards. Abby and Rewa.
Thanks, Beck. Thank you. And great to see you all this afternoon. Hello, I'm Abby. I am the Innovation Product Lead at Social Traders, and I'll be presenting the S and the ESG regional winners and finalists alongside my colleague, Rewa Mackey, Innovation Project Lead at Social Traders. Just to start out, giving a bit of definition. What are we talking about when we say ESG, and specifically what we're talking about when we're banging on and on about the S in the ESG? So ESG, or environmental social governance, is probably a term that a lot of you are familiar with. The S in ESG, what we're talking about here is people. So we're talking about your staff, your customers, stakeholders, and communities. We like to think of it as your social license to operate. Traditionally, S activity has consisted of employee policies, maybe staff well-being, living wages, gender pay gap, and even modern slavery. While all of these areas are critically important, it is the baseline of activity, or sometimes we refer to as the do no harm approach. However, the front runners in this space are looking beyond to actually generate additional social value through business activity. The beauty of this is social enterprises have been doing this generative work for decades and are the perfect place to look when thinking about elevating the S in your ESG strategy.
That's right, Abby. So for this year's Game Changers Awards, we were excited to introduce a new award into the mix, the Elevating the S in the ESG Award. So this award recognises business and government organisations that excel in integrating social procurement into their overall strategies, especially in the area of social procurement. So the social pillar in ESG focuses on how organisations actively contribute to societal well-being through practices like diversity, inclusion, and community engagement. What we're looking for here across the award is for organisations that demonstrate strong support for social enterprises, fostering diversity in their supply chains and implementing inclusive employment practices. So we're very excited to celebrate the region winners for the S in ESG.
And with that, I'll kick off and share about our Victoria Tasmania winner for the S in the ESG award was John Holland Group for their project in the Hobsons Bay Main Sewer Duplication Project. This project, delivered in conjunction with Melbourne Water, has already exceeded all social impact targets. This includes doubling the targeted spend on the employment of priority job seekers and surpassing social enterprise procurement goals. This has been achieved through successful workplace employment partnerships with certified social enterprises like Career Seekers and Multicultural Consulting Services in particular, as well as other agencies and stakeholders. So congratulations to John Holland Group and Hobsons Bay Main Sewer Duplication Project. The finalists for the Victoria Tasmania Award for S in the ESG were the Eastern Freeway Burke to Tram Alliance and IFM Investors.
Congratulations to the Vic and Tas winners and finalists. Across the Ditch to New South Wales and ACT Awards, I would love to congratulate our award winners there, Mirvac, which were, congratulations, they were outstanding commitment in social procurement through their This Changes Everything sustainability strategy, aiming to divert 100 million of spend to social enterprises by 2030. Mirvac has already reached half of its goal here, as well as their innovative supply development program, like you've heard, supporting certified social enterprises, YMCA Rebuild, Reground, Community Construction, and of course, Green Connect, in expanding their reach and capabilities. Congratulations to Mirvac, and a big congratulations to our New South Wales and ACT finalist, Lion, for leading their work across their sustainability strategy.
Beautiful. Thanks, Reva. So this award will be coming back next year. So if this award aligns with your organization's ESG strategies, we really encourage you to apply and showcase your leadership in driving positive change for next year's coming awards. Thank you so much. Thanks for giving us the chance to tell the great stories.
Yeah, now back to you, Beck.
All right, thank you, Abby and Rewa, and we are coming into the final part of this afternoon. But before we get into that, thank you to those organisations and congratulations for the work that you are doing to pave the way in recognising the S in the ESG. No longer shall it be the poor cousin. So that's a wrap. The award for 2024. Thank you for joining. We're not finished just yet, but we want to say thank you for sharing the love and the celebrations in the chat. Please keep it going on the socials. We certainly will if we're not already there. And I have to note that our internal chat group was going wild for the Dallas Fraser boardroom, full of people who came together in their office to celebrate this national award. So yeah, it's hands in the air. I hope there's some whoops or some yorps, but certainly if you could see the chat group, they were very impressed. Not to take away from the number of individuals who have joined from your workplace or your study today. So many thanks. As Alex said at the start, please keep an eye on your inbox and the socials for what's in store in 2025, but we're not there yet. Before we get to next year, now going to hand the microphone to Monique Ward, our Exec Director of Services and Innovation, and Mon is going to entice you to come and join us in person in Sydney for Convene. Mon.
Thanks, Beck. I certainly am. And shout out to that Dallas Fraser room. That was very fun. And I was very involved in instigating that chat. It's exciting to see a room full of people tuning in for this celebration. And if you can't get enough of this celebration of amazing work, you're going to have to get yourself along to Convene. Bit of a weird name though, right? A thesaurus may have been used, is my disclaimer on that. But what we were looking for was a really fun way to describe a unique event in what is for everybody a really busy calendar. So we were looking for a word that was a bit like a convention, but cooler. We were looking for something that was a bit like a conference, but elevated, or something like a gathering, but a little weightier. We wanted to find a name that reflected the role that Social Traders plays as a collaborative connector across the sector. And gosh, haven't we heard some great examples of that today? We also wanted to pick a name that reflected a celebration of business for good. And we also wanted to acknowledge the curiosity and our appetite for learning from one another that you all bring, our desire to innovate, and our celebration of business, but for good. Now, I think that was kind of a lofty ambition. I'm not sure that one word can do all that, but that is how we landed on Convene. So my first action for you is to save the date. Tuesday, the 29th of October, we're having an all-day event, which will be great. If you can't get enough of this, come along to that and you'll get us for a whole day. My amazing colleague, Nicola, should be popping a link into the chat that will take you to all of the details and give you the opportunity to register. We've already had to pick a bigger venue. We're going to need a bigger boat. So get in early. Don't faff about because the tickets will sell fast. So this year's theme is Business for Good through Social Enterprise. And we're splitting the day into two core areas. The first is the drivers of change. What are the things that push this along? What are the accelerating agents? And how are we accelerating this pace of change? What's the setup? What are the targets? What's the policy? Who are the other intermediaries? What's the enabling environment and how do we support that? Then we want to, the second part of the day will be ahead of the curve. What are the crazy ones up to? What are the misfits doing? What are the rebels and the troublemakers, my people? What are they doing? So we're going to be talking to impact innovators. We're going to be talking about purpose as a tool for profitability, a business imperative to do good, the impact that you can get through your work in ESG, growth in the sector, who's catching on, who's caught on, and how do we get everyone to catch on? So we'll be hearing from celebrity guest appearances. We've got amazing social enterprises for engagement and showcases. We'll have the government view, we'll have the business view, and on the back of the news that I'm hoping you've all seen next week, we're going to have our new official partners, Supply Nation and WeConnect, in the room as well. So we'll be talking about that idea of a consolidated front door for all of the activity related to social benefit supply. And what's the format? Are you going to be sitting in a room listening to somebody talk? No, you're not. We've got plenaries, we've got debates, we've got fireside chats, we've got TED-style talks, we've got technical content on the how, we've got philosophical content on the why, and we've got practical content for those of you who are, get out of my way, I want to get going. We've also got some emotional content about why you need to be doing this. We'll have delicious, delicious food. We've got a beautiful venue. It's in fact the same site as the 1988 Sydney University Engineering Ball. But most of all, we're going to have one another. It's going to be a magical event and I encourage you to get along. So a big thanks to the Westpac Group for their financial support. Keep an eye on the website for hotel discounts and other packages that we are hoping to be able to offer. Links in the chat. Keep checking back to our events page, but hit us up if you have any questions. With that, back to you, Rebecca Green.
Thanks, Mon, and you've sold me. I'll be at Convene. Look, only just a couple of minutes left, so thank you again to everybody for joining us today. Thank you to the people doing the good work who applied for awards. Congratulations to the finalists and congratulations to the winners. I have one thing that I would love everybody to do is have a think, take a moment, take a couple of seconds, and what's a word? What's one word that you are feeling or thinking about right now? Pop it in the chat. Let us all see what people are feeling. If you want to say your word, put your hand up and I'll call on you. But Kiku, excited. Thank you. Just keeping an eye for any hands up, energized and inspired. Brilliant. How could you not be? hopeful. Yeah, we're all ready to convene. That's 3 words, but you're allowed it, Miranda. And purpose, Raymond, absolutely. We are so lucky to have this work. Thank you, everybody. Again, please join us on the socials. Thank you for joining the National Virtual Awards. We can all go and bask in the glory and the satisfaction of the purposeful work that we have. So thank you. See you online. Give us a call if you want to have a chat. Nora, I love that. Empowered. Brilliant. Thank you, everybody. And thanks to the Social Traders team for all the work that went into this afternoon and the work that we do throughout the year. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Some applause to see us out.
Great job, Beck. Well done, team.
Well done, everyone.
Good to see you all.
Good job, Selena. Bye.
Yeah.